Good morning.
Good morning, Sandy.
I couldn't see us over the top of the machine there, so wasn't sure if we were smiley nice on face there. Okay.
We do have a couple items in the way today.
Yeah, we do. We've kind of blocked it all off. We're so excited. All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Twisted Tuesday with my dear partner Chelsea and
my dear partner Sandy.
Oh, how sweet! And we are looking forward to a really fun couple of days making a project for you. But before we get started, we'd like to say thank you for joining us on Facebook and YouTube at My Sewing Room. I see Glenda's already online.
Good morning,
Sweet.
Glenda.
Good morning. And I'd like to do a few shout outs to some of our viewers that have been commenting so nicely to us. So good morning and hello to Lana T, Teresa W, Ruth C, Carol D. Oh, hi, Carol D. Oh, the wrong Carol. Sorry. Tina B. Michelle G. Annette W. Glenda I. Lana. I see Lana's on there now. Loanne F. Sandy A. Patty B. Chris L. Carol J. She's not listening.
She's over there.
Yeah. Mary Z. Peggy N. Carol Ann M. and Glenda C., who stopped in at the store and visited yesterday. She really enjoyed it. And there was one other lady who stopped in, and I didn't get her name, but she said she really, really enjoyed our pinwheel block.
Oh, that's
She
fantastic.
said that was really the coolest way to make pinwheels. And so thank you very much for that. All right. And today we actually have a live audience.
We sure do.
We have all of the people doing Giving Tuesday today, the So Powerful purses. There they are. Hello, yay, to our volunteers that are in the studio today. All right, so that's our shout outs and our greetings. And before we get started, we need a joke.
Oh, yes,
just to get us
please.
started today. All right, so Chelsea, what do you get when you put 3 ducks in a box?
A box of quackers.
That's awesome. I'm going to tell you one more, though.
Okay, I don't know this one.
Okay, so how can you tell if an elephant's been in your refrigerator?
Is it all squished?
Well, there's footprints in the cheesecake. So you can tell how twisted today is going to be.
Good morning,
All right.
Tina.
Is Tina on? Hi,
And
Tina.
Helen O.
Hi, Helen. Oh, so nice of you to join us this morning. So today on Twisted Tuesday, we're going to start on something and we're going to finish it off tomorrow. And that is the 50s Flare Apron by Atkinson Design. I bought this a while ago and looked at it and said, oh, I got to try this.
That's very cute.
I think it's really, really cute. So we're going to start that today. But before we do, I want to remind you about some of the other fun apron projects that we have made.
There's some really fun ones in that pile.
Yeah. So first off, I wonder if you guys all remember our tea towel apron. We did that
That was fun.
a little summer ago.
Sandy's Simple Summer Sewing.
That's right. So that's on YouTube for showing. And I made this, and then we got the new 790 Pro, and we did a horse design on my Stampede apron.
That's
Isn't that
very
sweet?
cute.
I like that. Isn't that? It turned out. Oh, there's a big screen over there.
There sure
All right.
is.
Woohoo!
I turned it on so our in-person audience can also see
Oh,
that.
that's glorious. So that is a tea towel apron, one size fits all, by Karen Montgomery by the Quilt Company. All right, so that's one of the ones that we have in the past done, and it was fun. Another one we did was also a Quilt Company pattern called Half and Half Apron. And again, one size fits all, and it's by Karen Montgomery. And you remember that cherry one? Oh,
very
I did this
sweet.
one on Facebook as well. And it was one of the, what was it I called? Cocktail apron. I was all dressed up, ready for cocktail.
Well, this
Yeah.
would go really well with one of those drinks. What is it that has the cranberry? Is that a Manhattan?
Ooh, a Manhattan. That sounds delicious.
Maybe.
Okay, so anyways, that's another one of the aprons we have made. So this week we're going to make one called the 50s Flare Apron. Next week we're doing something called Lavender Lemonade Apron.
Oh, I
So
can't
we're
wait.
on a bit of a roll on the aprons. Okay.
Sure.
All right, so let's have a look. This pattern by Atkinson lets you do it 2 ways.
Okay.
So the first way is you can cut your own strips of fabric, and they tell you exactly how many to cut, how wide, and you build it from there. My one was to use a jelly roll. I thought that would be fun. So I brought a few jelly rolls to have a look at. Now, of course, I went to my stash, you know that stash, and found some jelly rolls. And this is kind of fun. So you can make it kind of like a winter theme with that one. This one's kind of a really sweet, classic tone-on-tone white. Or if you want to do something really bright and fun, we have the Moda Jelly Roll, which is the Dandy Duo.
They're all
Yeah,
moda today,
they're all
actually.
really sweet. Yeah, they're all
Very
really
cute.
sweet. So we're using jelly roll strips
sure
today.
are.
All right. So what did you do with your jelly rolls, you ask? Well, what we did is, according to the pattern, we cut them into, well, actually, I didn't even have to cut them into anything. They were already in strips. However, out of the jelly roll, I was asked to pick out 20 of the strips, and then what we do after that is kind of pair them up.
Okay.
So we make pairs. So in the end, we make 10 sets of strips paired together. And so then once you get that done and trim them just right to the right length, then you start putting them together.
Okay.
All right, so what do we need for today? Well, you need your Atkinson pattern called 50s Flare Apron.
It's very cute.
Very cute. You need some strips, whether you're going to cut them yourself or use a jelly roll.
And you need 20 of them.
20 of them for the jelly roll. Different if you're cutting your own, because they will depend on how wide you cut your strips. We're doing the jelly roll portion, so we need 20. We also need matching or coordinating fabric that would be for the waistband and the strapping. So we will use this fabric tomorrow when we go to put the waistband on and make the straps.
Oh, fabulous.
Okay?
Okay.
So it's 2 parts. So today we're going to make the basic apron center, and we need our rotary cutter, we need a marking pen, we need some your favorite, however you like it, clips or pins.
Yep.
We found that pins work the best because we have to do some funny stitching, and so you need some pins too.
Yep.
All right, ironing board, mat. Rotate. We didn't need rotating this time. We need a rotary cutter and a long ruler, because we have to cut these strips to just the right length.
Preferably you want a 24-inch ruler.
And on a 24-inch mat, so that you can do the whole thing in one strip. Okay, Miss Chelsea, so the first thing we did was match up our strips.
Okay.
So I kind of did a light with a dark.
Perfect.
All right, and then we are going to sew them together. So here's something that you can think about. They in the pattern say cut it first and then sew them. I sewed all mine so that when I cut them, they're all nice and even.
I like that.
So I kind of cheated a little bit on that part.
We're gonna iron our little
Okay,
fold out
yeah,
here.
we have a fold in the middle, so we're just going to iron your strips. Use your Mary Ellen's Best Press if you need to work it out. Make them nice and stiff if you need to, and just iron it flat. And then we're going to put them right sides together, and we're going to do that long seam.
And now, if you are prone to stretching your fabrics, pinning here is a great idea.
Yes.
I'm going to give Sandy a couple pins just
Yep,
because
just to get me started.
it's easier.
Do you know what I found with this jelly roll that I had purchased, though? Some of the strips were different lengths. Some were slightly longer than others.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
that was a very interesting thing. So what I did was I matched them up at the top and then sewed them down the side and didn't worry whether they were all the same length at the end or not, and we cut them off to the desired length that the pattern tells us to do. All right, woohoo, that's the fun part. Okay, while you're
Is that
pitting,
the fun part, Sandy?
well, I like the sewing part. It's kind of fun. So while you're doing that, I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
What do cats call mice on skateboards?
A meal on wheels.
Totally. Good job. Yeah, good job, my dear. All right. I see that Loanne's joined us, Sandy's joined us, and she said, have a wonderful day. That is so nice. Thank you very much. And we are having a wonderful day today.
And we do have 2 strips
See,
that are
exactly.
quite the
So,
same.
you know, and then I found out too, as I'm sewing, and I'm pretty accurate with sewing the seam. Some of them were wider than others too. So
That's fun.
isn't that fun? So I'm thinking if they cut jelly rolls and lay all the fabric out, that maybe by the time they go from one end to the other, you have a slight discrepancy in the length and the width. All right, so here we go. We're going to start. Today I am using the Brother NQ575. It's the Quilter's Edition. I like it because it has a needle up and down, and it has scissors. And I have put on the 1/4 inch piecing foot because we need to do 1/4 inch seams. All right, and we've got it all set up, ready to go. So let's get started. Set that on my 1/4 inch, and let's proceed with the proceeding. Yay, here we go. Remember to remove your pins so you don't do the break the needle business and stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't need to do that today.
Okay, so I'm hoping I'm getting a 1/4 inch.
I think you're doing great, Sandy.
Sometimes I go zipping right along and I forget where I'm headed, and off I go in a different direction. But you're going to do all 10 sets like this. And you're just going to make that long, long, long seam. And it's kind of fun using the Brother machine, especially if it has the needle up and down. And the scissor. Mine doesn't have a scissor on it, so I was forever cutting, but you know, that works okay too. All right, Chelsea, how's it going?
That's going good, Sandy.
Okay,
I'm just
good.
watching the sewing channel.
All right, I love the sewing channel. What I like, we put it on the big screen today so everybody can see it, so we can see it really clearly as well as we go sewing along on our 1/4 inch.
Nancy's watching us on the road.
On the road again.
Nancy was in the store this morning. It was fabulous to see her.
All right, it was nice to catch up with her and find out what's been happening in her life. So that was really cool. And she was in town for a family gathering, so that was really cool. All right, here we come to that end, and I'm just going to sew right to the end. There we go. And I'm going to cut it off. All right, so there is our 1/4 inch seam, all the way the length of it. All right, now the magic happens. Over to Chelsea. Woohoo! All right, so Chelsea, what we're going to do next is to cut it in the length that they asked us to in the pattern. All right, and I've already given her the discussion as to what that is.
Oh, yes. I cannot disclose it because
Yeah.
it's not my pattern.
No, so the pattern, you have to purchase the pattern. That will give you all the details, and it's a really cool pattern. And when I first picked it up and read it, I went to Chelsea and said, I don't understand what this thing is trying to tell me. So we thought we'd better demo it for everyone so that you've got something to follow. If you purchase this pattern, you'll know what we're doing. All right.
I have us trimmed up, Sandy.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to find center on your strip.
Found center because I have a
Perfect.
fold here.
And then you're going to just take a little nip in the center of it without cutting the stitch line, but just to the stitch line, because when we press this one this time, we have to press it in a certain way so that there isn't bulk. This is really cool. Are you getting anywhere? Those might be, my other scissors at home were much better. Perfect.
There we go.
Okay, so we're going to press the seam. All right, pressing our seam.
I'm going to try and cheat this one, Sandy.
Okay, she's cheating this one. Okay, so we normally would press that whole seam down. And then when you get to center, which was where we nipped, we're actually going to twist it, and it might be easier to see from the other side.
Okay.
When you get there. There you go.
So that
all
one's
right,
pressed
so
that way.
that's pressed. Now what we're going to do is, because we've nipped it at the center, we're actually going to press it from the other end going the other direction so that it lays flat. And in a minute you'll see why we're doing this.
Like this.
Yep, there's your little twist. Good. All right. Perfect. So it's kind of weird, but yes, where the little clip is, you're going to press to one side on the top and one side at the bottom edge so that when we put it together, it is going to lay really flat.
That back over.
Yep, and away we go again. Perfect. So we pressed it nicely. Beautiful. And then we're going to fold it, and this time we're going to fold it with the wrong sides together.
Okay.
And it should be half, right where we cut it. It should fold in half right there.
And then they'll nest.
And then they'll nest together. And if you don't mind pressing that part at the end. Okay. That looks lovely.
Trying to get them all lined
And
up.
this is really cool because when we did this, we didn't realize at first, but this is going to be like a two-sided. You're not going to have any open raw seams on this apron, which is really cool. All right, so we're going to press that center.
Pressy, pressy,
Pressy,
pressy.
pressy, pressy, pressy.
I didn't do a very good job pressing.
Okay, that's all right.
Apparently. I have a fold.
Beautiful.
We'll just fix that.
Yeah, just fix it. Little bit of heat, little massage, and away you go. All right, and
like
so
that sound,
that's
Sandy.
okay. So that's one set. You're going to take all the rest of your sets, and you're going to do the same thing to them. So they're all matched up in pairs.
2 pairs.
Yep, and they're all stitched length to the length, and they're all twisted at the center. Half goes one way, half goes the other.
Perfect.
All right, now the next thing, because you need to have less bulk at the center of your apron and more at the bottom where it does that little flare. So we need to actually do a bit of an angle cut on each one of these. And we're just going to show you how to do 2 and put those first 2 together, and then you're going to do the rest. All
So I
right.
need to measure on the open edge.
The open edge. Okay.
Okay.
And in the pattern, it does tell us what we are putting, marking in from each side of the edge and marking it with our, okay. And then we do the other edge. Perfect. All right. And then what we're going to do is trim it. We're going to start at the little end of the fold, and we're going to trim up to her marking, and you'll see that we get that angle, so the bottom will have a bit of a flare compared to the top. And the one thing about this is then we don't really have to gather it too much at the end.
That's awesome.
Because we've trimmed the tops to match.
Just gonna turn this
All
around.
right, perfect. And we'll do the other side from the fold up to the marking and trim. It looks like we've got some wedges going on. All right, perfect. Wedge, baby. All right, I'm going to give Chelsea another strip, and she's going to do exactly the same to it. You're going to do the same to all of your strips. Okay, so you can mark your edges there. Mark in from each edge.
Make sure you don't use the side of your ruler that has a 1/2 inch mark on it.
Oh yeah, that's but yeah, you got to do the marking that they give you. All right, beautiful. All right, mark, and now we're going to do that trim right from the fold edge right to the marked edge. So we'll have two pizza wedges by the time we're done.
I can go for a pizza right
Yeah,
now.
I shouldn't talk about food first thing in the morning, should I?
Morning pizza.
All right. Okay. So if you did your regular strips they asked you to cut, or if you do the jelly roll, you're going to still have to trim to make it kind of fit into your waistband. So So that was fun. And you're going to do all 10 of your strips that way. We just did 2 because the start is a little bit interesting, isn't it, Chelsea? That's where we had to do a little bit of learning. And it's a good thing Chelsea was there to learn with me. All right, so once we've done that, we flip back to the main body of our pattern, and it tells us arrange the step B wedges in the order that you want them to be on the finished apron.
Do you like that?
I think that looks lovely.
Or do you want it?
Should we put it, yeah, how about that way? That way looks cool. What do you think?
I like it.
Okay. All right, so the thing is, we're going to take the first wedge, and it's right sides together. And raw edges are even. Okay.
Okay, so
And
this
then
is my outer edge.
That's your outer edge. So now you're going to pin that, and I am going to.
I think you.
Oh, I stole the pin. Sorry. Have a pin,
That's okay.
Chelsea. And we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam. So this is our start piece. So this is the only piece that we do this way. And this way, when we sew it and then turn it right side out, there will be no seam on the outside. It will have been boxed inside. So that's really sweet.
All right, Sandy.
Okay, I'm back to
already
back to
for
my
sewing.
machine. Okay, sounds marvelous. We shall sew that 1/4 inch. And I think she told us on these ones, you need to start it and back stitch.
That's a
And
good idea,
I
'cause we're going to
think-
be flipping them around.
Yeah, we're going to be pulling them in and out. So we're going to do a couple stitches. We're going to back stitch and then go forward again. And we're doing a 1/4 inch seam. It won't be quite as long because we have it folded in half now.
Yes, it's much shorter.
It is half
Only-
as long. How's that?
Only so long.
Yeah, only so long. So this is the one you do just the first piece this way. Right. And I selected a matching thread because we have to do one top stitch and I didn't want to have to change threads back and forth. So I am using Isacord 40 weight, and because we do a lot of yanking and pulling on our cute little apron, I thought that was probably a better choice. Oh, I forgot to backstitch.
That'll be okay.
That
though.
should
Is
be
that
okay.
by the fold? or
It's
the
no,
top?
it's the top.
I'll be careful.
We should be careful. All right, so there it is. We've got the fold along the bottom, and we have the 1/4 inch up one side. And then we're going to give it to Chelsea and say, "Here you go, Chelsea."
Oh, hey, Sandy.
All right, so once we've done that, we are going to, it said backstitch top and bottom, but I forgot the top. Okay, so it says now trim the corner at the fold to reduce the bulk. So take that one little,
I think I'm going to skip that and
Oh.
do the cool technique we call Anne's corners.
okay, let's do an Anne's
So-
corner. I love it.
The problem with snipping your corner is you can lead to fraying in your corner.
Ah,
And
then it
nobody
would-
loves that.
and then the stitch comes undone and then we're stuck.
Then we're frustrated.
Yes.
So what
okay.
I'm going to do here is I'm sticking my thumb in between the two layers, and I'm just going to fold this corner, pinch it, and then rotate out.
Beautiful. And that's a nice slit corner.
And now, to fix the rest of it, I don't like to poke sharp things inside there because once again, might poke a hole.
Right, and then we'd be turning it back to the wrong sides and restitching our corner.
So I just grab a little pin, and I just lift my corner back
and
out.
just make it just right.
There we go.
Okay, and then we're just going to press that
We're going to press it wrong
sides together. Yeah, and we're just going to press. And then once we've got it pressed, I'm going to actually do a row of top stitching down along that edge. And that's why I selected the thread I did, the kind of orange thread, so that it will kind of blend into that first fold. It's looking great, Chelsea.
It's looking so good already.
Yeah. I just like the idea of having all the seams inside. It's kind of like doing a French seam on a pillowcase and not having any, anything sticking out and fraying and getting knobbly. I think it's
Knobbly.
wonderful. Oh, I love
like
that word, knobbly.
That's a good one.
It's a good word. All right. Look at that pressing. How pressing is that? So beautiful. All right.
You may think it's pressing, but it's actually very relaxing.
It is. Okay, good. Okay, while she's pressing, I'm going to do another joke. So what did the left eye say to the right eye?
I don't know.
Between us,
Is a nose?
something smells.
Oh,
Oh, I got
good.
everybody to look up for that one.
all right. We're all pressed, Sandy.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just going to run a seam down that edge. What did they tell me? I must do a 1/4 inch.
I think that's probably an
top.
eighth.
Yeah, just an eighth. It's just have to top stitch it just to make sure that it's down. So I will do that.
Do you want to know a little trick I use on
Okay.
that foot that you have now?
Yeah, what do I do?
So on your little foot here,
Mm-hmm.
you have 2 lines, 2 little prongs.
Okay.
So this one on the right is actually a 1/4 inch. The one on the left is actually an 1/8 of an inch. So if you flip
the
it over,
fabric over, baby. And I follow the little
after
foot.
I awkwardly put this foot back on. Oh, and trap the thread.
Okay,
Very
good.
good.
We're doing great.
There we go.
Perfect. So if I follow this on that edge,
You're gonna be nice and straight all the way down.
that is brilliant. I love it.
It's my fun hack for Sandy today.
That is a good hack. Chelsea always has the best hacks. And now my 1/4 inch foot on my Bernina does not have that skinny little toe. That's really brilliant. Those brother feet, they were thinking when they did that, weren't they? This is going to trap that seam that we just made, and so it won't be bulky. We'll have it all pressed
Yeah.
down and stitched down, and
Oh, it's
and-
super flat.
and it will give us a finished edge, because I know how the finished edge is on the other end, so that way they will match.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's just back up just a little. Oh, I didn't quite make to the end. One more stitch to the end, back up. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Cut it off. Well, that is a really good idea. I just love how that foot worked. All right, and there's our 1/8 inch just along the front seam to hold it down, because this is going to be the outer edge of our apron. All right, so that's what you do with the very first set of strips. Now, to continue on, this is where I needed Chelsea's help, and she was brilliant. Okay.
So we're gonna
All
take
right.
this guy.
We're going to take that guy,
We
and it
want
says,
this orange next.
you want the
right?
orange next? Yeah, we're going to alternate. So we want this orange to be on this green piece.
Okay.
And it says to refold the second wedge at the crease with the right sides together.
So I like to do this in one step.
Okay.
I just open it up and lay this down.
So now we have our right sides together on our other strip. Isn't that brilliant?
Mm-hmm. And then I just pick up this unit, flip that piece under.
Perfect. So we just sandwiched our first block with the second little pizza.
Pizza. We're making sandwiches and pizza
Pizzas,
today.
yeah, we're sandwiching pizza. It's a food day. I'm sorry about the food.
Sandy's just making Chelsea hungry.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. We got all day to go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's okay, I have vegetables on my desk.
Okay, good. Good, good. And lunch will come soon enough. All right. That's really, when I read that, I was like, what are we doing? And then Chelsea says, this is what we do. And it was like, the light bulb came on.
It took me a while for my light bulb to come on.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, what?
What? It's like opening the refrigerator door and the light bulb comes on. Woohoo! It's another food joke. So, it
I
is
think
what
Sandy's
it is.
a little snacky.
Yeah, snacky.
All right.
All right.
So Sandy's going to sew a 1/4 inch down back
Yep.
edge.
All right. So 1/4 inch, here I go. Boy, this is fun. Okay. And I will remember to back stitch this time. I don't know if we have to or not, but I'm now going to get into the habit. There we go. And there we
Perfect.
go. All right, so now I actually have 4 layers that we're sewing through. We've got the first piece sandwiched in the second piece. And away we roll. This is working really well, Chelsea.
You're doing a
Very
great
nice-
job.
Very nice pinning job. Everything's folding together nicely. And yeah, here we go. Coming up to the end. Then we're going to back stitch this once we get to the end. There's the end, back stitch. Beautiful. I'm just going to run off and cut it. There it is. Okay, so now we have all 4 wedged together in a 1/4 inch. Okay, Chelsea, show us what the magic is next. It says press the second wedge away from the first edge so the raw edges are even. So when we open it up, look at that. The seam is going to be all inside. You're not going to be able to see it. And then we just press that down. Doesn't that look sweet?
Do some.
Yeah, just do a little massaging with your seam to make it lay nice and flat. And that's why we did the cut in the middle and did the seams going the other way. If not, you'd have double seam and it would be really bulky. This way we're only working with half the seam and it's working really well. I'm going to make Chelsea pin me one more just okay. So, because I have to go home after this now and put the other remaining strips on. So we have got 2 together. I only have 8 more to sew on.
All right. Before we go further, I'm just going to double check the back side, make sure my pressing was okay.
Yeah, it's looking good.
And then it's lying all flat. Use a little bit of heat.
Lovely. All right.
It's looking really good, Sandy.
It's looking really good.
All right, so we'll go back to our right side. This is the side we are favorites to. We'll take our next piece.
Okay.
We need to cut this one.
Yep. Oh, minor detail. Should we cut it or should we just?
We can cut it.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let me.
So let's review how we cut our little strips again. All right. So taking the measurements from the pattern, we mark at the non-folded end at the raw edges and we mark what they tell us to put on that edge. Mark it. Lovely, lovely. Mark it going the other way.
I really was upside down and now it's right side up.
And Chelsea's doing fabulous. All right, and now we trim this from the fold to the mark and make that nice wedge shape. That's looking really good, Chelsea. While she's doing that, I'm going to tell you my last joke for today. What did one knife say to the other?
I don't know, Sandy.
Looking sharp.
Oh. That's a groaner.
That's a groaner. All right.
Got a little wiggle there.
That's all right.
We're still straight.
We're looking okay.
Gotta get repositioned.
And we're good to go. We didn't need that part anyways, right? There you go. All right, so now we have another wedge. So you have to do that to all of your wedges. And now we'll remind you how to pin it back one more time so you know. And then you'll be able to continue putting all your wedges on.
All right.
Okay, and we wanted the orange next to the yellow, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So
perfect.
I'll take my right side of my orange, lay it down on top of my yellow.
Perfect.
And then I'll just
flip
that in there.
Yeah. And now it's sandwiched. Our wedge has been re-sandwiched.
There's our wedge that we just added on. Here's our wonderful piece, and there's our other wedge.
Okay, so we've got 4 layers going on. All right, isn't that exciting, ladies and gentlemen? All you viewers out there, it is so fun. Oh, I see Peggy's come online. Hi, Peggy.
Good morning, Peggy.
All right, I love it. So this is what we've been working on all day today is the Atkinson design called the 50s Flare Apron. And it is really cool. And we're just making the body of the apron today, and tomorrow we'll have time to put the waistband and the straps on. But I hope that you can find this pattern if you have it already. If not, we have it in the store for you. And we can make the cutest little apron. And you know what? Mother's Day is coming up.
Oh, this would be a great Mother's Day gift.
And, you know, you can give it to your mother, or you can, if you have little people that would like to make a present for their mom, this would make a cute Mother's Day present.
Yeah.
Or an Easter present if you want to do Easter colors.
It would make a great Easter.
Yeah, it would make a great Easter. Yeah, love it. All right. That's beautiful, Chelsea.
All right.
Then we would go ahead and do one more 1/4 inch seam across here.
Do you want to use 1/4 inch? I turned your quarter.
Oh, then I am doing 1/4 inch, baby.
I'm working, you're
I'm working. Okay, she's no sitting around. You got to do something too. All right, we're going to start. We're going to back stitch. Perfect, and then come forward on the 1/4 inch. This is fun, and I just love it. It just is really a cool apron.
I can't wait to see it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have the base done tomorrow. We will have one of the wedges open on the corner because you don't have that raw edge.
Oh, we have to finish that off.
We're going to show you how to finish that raw edge tomorrow and then put the waistband on and do the straps. I think that's so fun. And you know, the one good thing about this, it doesn't matter if the seam isn't quite even or anything. Because it's all inside and nobody's going to see it.
Nobody's ever going
Gonna
to see that seam.
So it is a friendly little pattern. And then we remember this time to back stitch. All right, Chelsea, are you ready to pull it forward so they can see now how it's going? Look at that.
Oh,
it's amazing. Fabulous. I love it. All right. So tomorrow, as I see, I'll have all of the strips put on for you. And then I can show you how we're going to finish this raw edge. So that will be the rest of the apron. And then we'll start with those beautiful colors for the waistband and straps. What do you think, Chelsea?
I'm excited, Sandy.
I think it should be fun.
It's going to be so cute.
It's going to be so cute.
It'll be a little waistband and straps.
That's wonderful.
Lovely.
All right, everybody. I have a few announcements for you before we go away
What's going on today, Sandy?
All right. Well, today, as you can see, we have an audience for for Giving Tuesday. So powerful purses. Just thank you, volunteers.
Thank you.
Oh, we got kisses.
We did
sweet.
get kisses.
Lovely.
I like her.
I like her, yeah. All right. So for the rest of this week, though, we do have some social sewing going on at the store. So you can come and do what our lovely ladies are doing today. And that's set up at the table with our irons and us bugging you and all that sort of stuff. You can be the live audience. Come on in. Social sewing is March 12th and 13th. So not today, but Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday this week. All right. It's $10 plus tax, but you get that coupon back so you can do it again. Mm-hmm. Spend it again. That's the fun part. All right. So the end of this week on Saturday, March 15th, we have Calgary Sews. So that is a group that sews clothes and bags and all sorts of things. And they meet once a month here at the store. And they have every fall a really fun thing called Frock Tales.
It's pretty cool. It's where everyone gets together and shows off their makes.
That's right. It's really cool. Anyways, that's on Saturday. All right. So later today, because it is later tomorrow. March 12th at 2 p.m. The local quilt shop contest results will be
tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, way to make me stress.
Woo, let's hope we did well. Thank you so much for voting for us. All right. A couple of other things that are going on right now. We do have a brother sale going on until the 31st, and it's for all of those fun machines. The Print Moda, the sublimation printer, the scan and cut. Really cool. So those are on sale until the end of March. I will just let you know that the scan and cut, we sold our last one yesterday.
They sold very fast.
Oh my goodness, we got them in and they were gone.
So popular.
So popular. But if you purchase it before the end of March, you get the great sale price. And then it will arrive in April. So never fear, it will be here. Oh, it rhymed. Okay.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. All right. The other really exciting thing going on at the store right now, which I hope everyone has time to take advantage of, it's our spring cleaning sale. Now, we told you last week we had the regularly priced fashion fabrics on for 20% off.
Well, we now have quilting cottons on sale.
Yes.
So,
Woohoo!
in-store only, in-stock only, 20% off our quilting cotton by the meter.
And tell me what happens if you finish the bolt, Chelsea.
Well, you get 25% off instead.
Perfect. And that is running until the 31st. So for the next couple of weeks, we do have now cottons on sale as well. That is marvelous. But don't forget, there's other things that are on.
Yes.
The new look patterns are 50% off.
They sure are. So that's $8 a pattern.
That's really cool.
I had
That
a
goes.
couple of customers in here the other day that said, I haven't seen $8 pattern in a long time. And I
Yeah,
was like,
that's right. I agree. And so that would be really good on either the fashion fabrics or the cottons if you're looking for doing a spring or summertime outfit. So that is very exciting. Plus also, Anne and the rest of the staff are gathering up things for a rummage sale. So
Collecting all the fun things
Yep.
that need to.
They need to go visit you. They need to come visit you. So anyways, that we'll announce more of that as we go, but that's what we are now prepping for, seeing as we've got the fashion fabric and the cottons on sale. So that's really cool. All right. So that today, ladies and gentlemen, was our 50s Flair apron, and we will finish that tomorrow. So I do hope that you can come back tomorrow and see us finished and see the final product.
I can't wait to finish this off. I don't know the rest of the instructions. This is where I'm at.
This is this is where we got to. So from here on, we're going to be doing something new.
Tomorrow we'll be learning new stuff. I'm
That's
excited.
right.
I love that.
Well, it's Wacky Wednesday. We got to do something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow at